Call meeting in order.
Dr. Williams,
Here, yes.
Ms. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen. Next item.
Next item, moment of silence. As we begin the meeting, let us pause for 60 seconds, moment of silence to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity. Next item, Pledge of Allegiance will be held by Kate Stanley, fifth grade student at Oakhurst.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Kate. Only, do you know how many more days are left as a fifth grader?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think I heard today there's just 30 days left of school, so you're almost moved on to middle school. What middle school will you be going to?
Childers.
Childers Middle School. Is there a class that you're looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to theater.
Theater, all right. Did you go see Wizard of Oz?
Mm-mm.
It was really good. You might be in there someday, real soon, performing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have guests tonight that you'd like to introduce? Is there anybody here with you?
My mom over there.
Yeah. And what's her name?
Brett Stanley.
All right, let's give her a hand. Do you mind getting a picture with me? We'll do this right out here. I'll come around.
Next item is approval of the regular board meeting minutes from March 10th, 2025. Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
Take a vote.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell.
Yes. Next item, summary awards. Ms. Hines.
Good evening, Mr. Perry, board members. Tonight we're going to recognize some more letters cohort participants. But first I just wanted to say, I know I talked a little bit about letters last time, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about the impact it's already having on our classroom. So over the last three or four years, we have implemented some curriculum in our early childhood classrooms that cover phonological awareness, phonics. So we have Hegarty and UFly. And Waterford as our digital intervention program, but also all of this is having an impact, but also the teachers going forth and putting this extra work into this professional development on their own time. It is showing like they are really caring about their own learning, and it is having a huge impact on our students. And so just to give some numbers around that, over the last 2 years, so every year we have to report to the State Department the number of students that score below 40th percentile on their STAR reading or early lit, their reading score at the very beginning of the year. Over the last 2 years, that number has dropped by 840 students. And so just between September and December this year, it's already dropped another 425 students. So that's the kind of numbers you want to drop, right? So, and that's all because our teachers are pouring into curriculum, they're learning more for themselves, they're participating in professional development more than they ever have, and I just think it just goes to show how amazing our teachers are. So tonight, we're going to recognize cohorts 3 and 4 of letters training. We had 88, where did I get that number? Or 45, we had 45 teachers that completed from cohorts 3 and 4, but then these are the teachers that are here, the ones that could make it this evening. So we won't read off all 45 of those teachers, but we want to recognize those that were able to come. So
Is this something that's going to be continuing?
So, okay, so depends on what happens at the legislature, if they pass, or what happens with the whole virtual day thing, because the State Department is not going to have cohorts moving forward. They're finished with their cohorts. It was tied with their ESSER dollars. But we have a plan in place that would involve using our PL pathways and then using sub-pay on some days to pull them out. We've been training trainers so that we can train in-house. And so our plan will drastically change if that passes, honestly. So it'll be a sad impact, I think, on that part of it. So no further ado, I'll call it out. And if I call your name, if you'll come up, Mr. Chitty's going to hand you your certificate, and you'll just go all the way down and file around, and then afterwards we'll take a group photo. So we'll start off with Elizabeth Conrad, Casey Westman, Jennifer O'Neill, Cindy Brixey, Corey Gelner, Kay Long, Kelly Day, Sarah Wimmer, Corey Schultz, I don't see her either, Sarah Ryan, Alyssa Vale, Brett Stanley. Stanley's 2 for 1 tonight. Tara Bevel. Chanel Randall. Kylie Clements. Chander Case. Carla Cox. Casey Pebworth. Megan Stewart. Sarah Wolf. Aaron Coy. Sydney White. And I think that was all she was able to make it. So.
Give it a hand.
Okay.
Ms. Snyder.
Hello, Mr. Cockrell, members of the board, and Mr. Perry. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here tonight and for allowing me a chance to brag and highlight some of the incredible accomplishments from our teams and our coaches. I'd like to start with girls wrestling. We are thrilled to recognize our girls wrestling program for one of the most dominant seasons in program and state history. Under the leadership of head coach Troy Lyles, this incredible group of athletes has raised the bar, not only for Broken Arrow, but for girls wrestling across the nation. Let's take a look at their remarkable accomplishments from the 2024-2025 season. Team championships. First place at the J Border Wars. First place, Wrestle Like a Girl. First place, Diamond Duels in Texas. First place, Wonder Women Tournament in Missouri. First place, Vista Ridge Alpha Female in Colorado. First place in the McLeod Duels. First place as a 6A West Regional Champion. Championship team. They had 4 regional champions, 3 runner-up finishers, and 4 third-place finishers. Qualified 12 out of 13 athletes for the state tournament. They are also your 2025 Class 6A state champions. 2 individual state champions, Emily Beckley and Kristen De La Rosa. 2 state runners-up, Tiffany Brashears and Kaya Leba. I hope I said that right. 4 third-place finishers, Brooklyn Church, Addison Farquhar, Riley Robler, and Sonora Reese. And 1 fourth-place finisher, Alina Peralta, excuse me. A few more program highlights that I need to share. They are ranked number 1 in Oklahoma. They are ranked number 5 in the nation. They are undefeated in dual competition, and they have a team GPA of 3.6. Under Coach Lyles and her incredible staff, they have built a powerhouse program grounded in grit, determination, and unity. These young women have not only made history, they've inspired the future of Broken Arrow athletics. Please join us in congratulating Coach Troy Lyles and the Broken Arrow girls wrestling team on a truly extraordinary season.
Thank you. We just want to say thank you to everybody that was, involved. We have a great administration. The support that we get is amazing. Obviously, these girls are out here working as hard as they can work, but without all the support that we're getting, it wouldn't be possible. So we're just going to take a moment and announce and recognize each one. We're going to start over here. We have 2 that just recently had surgery. So Sophie Donahoe, you guys go ahead and walk over here. Tiffany Brashears. Jade McKinney. Riley Robler. Addison Farquhar. Sophia Reese. Kristen De La Rosa. Emily Beckley. Brooklyn Ragsdale. Trinity Hughes. Jalen Stanton. Alina Peralta. Sonora Reese. Kaya Leba. And then our coaching staff, we have Coach Greg Evans, Coach Anthony Bazzelli, and Coach Donnie Lyles. I tell the girls all the time, we don't focus on all of the wins, but every time we kind of take a look at the culmination of this season, it's pretty astonishing. It was a very impressive season, so thank you guys for all the support.
have on there? 4? I think they are the first ones to go all the way through from 7th grade on. Yep. Great job.
Next, we are very proud to recognize the boys wrestling team for an incredible 2024-2025 season, one marked by championship performances, academic excellence, and leadership both on and off the mat. Under the leadership of head coach Rodney Jones, this team of outstanding student athletes accomplished the following. Second place finish at the historic Gary tournament with individual titles by Jake Miller and Gunnar Wilson. They were the champions of the Bud Gaynor Memorial Tournament, a tournament named after Broken Arrow's first ever state wrestling champion. They received second place at regionals and an OSSA dual state semifinalist. They took third at the OSSAA state tournament. Individual honors include 13 state qualifiers, 6 state placers, 3 state finalists, and the main reason we are here tonight to honor 2 state champions, junior Jake Miller and senior Gunnar Wilson. I just have a few more things to read. In addition to their athletic achievements, the team earned an OSSAA Academic Achievement Award with an impressive 3.33 team GPA. The team also gives back to the community by volunteering with the Broken Arrow Youth Wrestling Club, serving as role models and mentors to the next generation of Tiger wrestlers. Coach Jones and his staff have cultivated a culture of hard work, integrity, and excellence, and this season is a reflection of that championship mindset. Congratulations.
I want to say thank you to the school board for having us out and recognizing these guys. We have a good program. The kids are working real hard. Obviously, Jake Miller and Gunnar Wilson being the number 79th and the number 80th state champion in Broken Arrow history. And she mentioned Bud Gaynor earlier. In 1978 was our first state champion. So 80 individual state champions since 1978. It's quite an accomplishment. We have a lot of work to do to keep up with the girls program, but we're excited. We're excited for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna go take a picture right up here. Thank you, Coach.
Nice, guys. Good job.
Clink, clink. Make an
What winning
entrance.
sounds like.
That's right. Make sure they're all in. Is that everybody? Okay. And last but not least, we are very proud to shine a spotlight on one of the most spirited and accomplished programs in Broken Arrow athletics, our varsity cheer team. Led by an incredible coaching staff under the direction of head coach Kirsten Delahanty and powered by passionate, talented student athletes. This year's team has made history and represented Broken Arrow on the biggest stages. Let's take a look at their accomplishments. Here are some state and national accomplishments. 2024 OSSAA Performance State Runner-Up. 2024 OSSAA Game Day State Champions, marking our first Game Day state title since the inaugural year of the competition. They are the 2025 UCA Game Day National Champions, claiming the top spot on the national stage. They also placed 5th out of 112 teams in the UCA Performance Division. This year's UCA Nationals hosted over 25,000 athletes, making these accomplishments even more incredible. And yes, they were featured on ESPN. Beyond the mat, they have over 600 hours of combined community service, showing that their dedication extends well beyond the sidelines. They have 2 all-state athletes and 3 all-region athletes. Please join us in celebrating the Broken Arrow varsity cheer team on an unforgettable and record-breaking season. Congratulations.
All right, I'm going to introduce them all to you. Up first, we have Riley Ann, Gentry, Presley, Leah, Marley, Reese, Maddie, Macy, Tiffany, Lacey, Kelsey, Ava, Braylee, and Landon will round out our seniors. So we're losing all those kids next year. And then we have Riley, Anna, Mia, Chloe, JJ, Kinley, Jackson, Maggie, Cherish, Jacoby, Hallie, Ashlyn, London, Haley, Cam, Madison, Kyler, Leah, Emma, Cardi, Malia, Hanley, and Ariana.
Congrats. Made us proud.
Some of them were even surprised on their own stats over there. They're like,
Next item, Mr. Perry.
As you know, Broken Arrow Public Schools is a part of the Economic Development Corporation within the city of Broken Arrow. We're part of a group that looks for a thriving Broken Arrow, and we're very fortunate to have a seat at the table. We have positions that have an impact not only on the school district but our community. And as we do on an annual basis tonight, we are welcoming a new member to the EDC. So as our part, we're going to be voting on this approval of this position. It's Dr. Matt Luttrell. He is the Executive Director of Workforce and Economic Development at Tulsa Tech, where he leads strategic initiatives to align education and training with the evolving needs of industry. He brings a wealth of experience from his previous role at the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education, where he oversaw statewide programs in workforce training, adult literacy, and career and technical education housed in Oklahoma correctional facilities. So tonight, I'm asking you for approval for Dr. Matt Luttrell to serve as the Director of the Broken Arrow Economic Development Corporation.
Any discussion?
oh, sorry. I make a motion to approve. A second.
Entertain a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. Next item, Mr. Sappington.
Good evening, Mr. Perry and members of the board. Tonight, we are seeking your approval to hire Dalton Julian as Assistant Principal Intern at Broken Arrow Freshman Academy. Mr. Julian is currently a teacher at Broken Arrow High School and is also currently completing our BA Aspiring Admin program, where we prepare future school leaders throughout the school year with different school leadership experiences. His own admin team said great things to say about him, and his eagerness to learn and grow are evident every day. We're looking forward to seeing him get his opportunity to make a positive impact as an AP at the Broken Arrow Freshman Academy.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve. A second.
Entertain a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Is Mr. Julian here this
He
evening?
is, he's right back there.
Would you like to introduce your guest tonight?
I have my wife, Taylor Julian here. She's an educator as well, third grade teacher, 5 years. We would have my son Daxton here, but he's 2, and efforts are not run all around this room.
Well, we're glad you're here and stepping up to the next level, so we're excited about it.
Congratulations.
Is Dr. Little here? Is he here? Dr.
No.
Larry? No. Okay.
Okay, next we are seeking your approval to hire Jen Bogus as assistant principal at Centennial Middle School. Mrs. Bogus also brings a great experience and is currently a high school principal in Tulsa Public Schools and also has experience in both middle school and high school. Mrs. Bogus lives in Broken Arrow and is ready to hit the ground running, serving the community that she lives in. Mrs. Bogus has great energy and enthusiasm for inspiring hope and a sense of belonging to students. We look forward to seeing her bring this same passion to CMS.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Take a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
All right.
She is.
Ms. Bogus?
Like to introduce your guest tonight?
I have with me my husband, Kurt Bogus, Mr. B, he's an elementary teacher here, my son Spencer, my other children are all at sports, and one of my biggest cheerleaders, Miss Archer, and my favorite principal.
Excited you're here.
Welcome to the Broken Arrow family.
Okay, the last secondary administrator we are seeking your approval for tonight is hiring Amanda Adams as the principal of Broken Arrow Virtual Academy. Mrs. Adams is currently a high school principal at Okmulgee High School and has served as an administrator at Tulsa Public Schools as well. She also brings great experience, enthusiasm, understands how to build a school community, and is eager to learn alongside us and lead the students and staff at the Broken Arrow Virtual Academy. We are excited to see the great things that Mrs. Adams will do while leading the way as principal of our virtual academy.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. All right, Ms. Adams.
She is right back here.
Just because I will talk way too long if I don't. But I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve this incredible community. I'm excited about the work. I'm committed to the cause, and I'm proud to be a Broken Arrow Tiger.
All right, great.
This is my family. This is my husband, Jimmy. This is our son, Tycho, and our daughters, Caitlin and Jovi.
Well, welcome to the BA family also.
Go ahead. I can see a
Ms. Peterson.
All right, good evening. I am here tonight requesting your approval for Katie Dunn to serve as an assistant principal intern at Country Lane Intermediate. During the interview process, it was very clear that she is relationship driven. She was highly innovative in that she helped write the math curriculum that Quick Trip is putting out nationwide. Very instructionally focused, but the most important is she displayed a true heart for students. So we are asking for your approval tonight for her to come and serve where she lives, as she is a Broken Arrow resident.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn.
I want to say I'm so excited to become a part of this amazing district. It truly is relationship centered, and I have my husband with me, my parents, and my father-in-law here tonight.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard, part of the BA family.
All right, and lastly, I am here to ask for your approval for Brandon Carr to serve as the principal For Spring Creek Elementary, I will say he probably had the longest interview of anybody, as he has been serving as the principal, the interim principal, since Ms. Troutman has accepted the position for the 8th grade academy. He has done it so seamlessly. The culture there is great. It continues to be great under his leadership. The staff loves him, and he has built such a great relationship and partnership with the new assistant principal there. So we're really excited for him to serve in that capacity upon your approval.
Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Mr. Carr.
I also have a 2-year-old. She was not cooperating tonight. She was a 15-year-old, so. So, I took the challenge on in January, and I really enjoyed it. And I want to continue the relationships that are being built, and just the way Spring Creek has been going, I want to keep it going and even higher. Ms. Troutman has built that place, and I want to keep it going. So, I'm excited for what the future holds.
You've done a great job. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next item, comments from the public. We have none. Next item will be approval of the general consent agenda items. Any discussion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Or
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. I didn't get a vote.
Nope.
There it is.
Did it pop up?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Come on.
Ms. Murphy. I could have just looked up. So.
That's all right. Good evening, Mr. Cockrell, Mr. Perry, members of the board. I am here to present the activity fund and treasurer's reports as of March 31st. In activity funds, receipts total $4,596,000. Disbursements total $4,955,000. This leaves an ending cash balance in the activity fund of $4,971,000. Do you have any activity fund questions? Okay, I'll move to the treasurer's report for the end of March. Our cash balance report shows a total of $143,200,000 in assets. Investments total $127,800,000. On the collateral report, we have $10,192,000 pledged to the district, and our balance that requires collateral totals $7,804,000, leaving an available balance of $2,388,000. Treasury questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sapp.
Good evening. My first item tonight is for change orders. Date range is March 6th through April 9th, 2025. And it reflects a decrease of $158,444.17. And I would recommend your approval on this item.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
And the last item I have is the encumbrance reports. Date range is March 6th through April 10th of 2025. And it reflects encumbrances of $3,477,828.33. And also recommend your approval on that item as well.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. Ms. Neff.
Good evening, Mr. Cockrell, Mr. Perry, members of the board. Monthly financials through the end of March. So we're in the final quarter of fiscal year 25. And a couple things that we're watching just as we move through the legislative process. Number one being obviously finalizing the state budget, so Common Ed, public education can figure out what our slice of the pie looks like for starting school year 25-26. So that obviously has a big impact on decisions we make as we start to look forward into next year's budget. But as we finish up this year, you can see the difference in state aid from a year ago, and that is primarily due to our overall allocation decreasing by about $2.3 million from where we were at this time last year. There are a few things that go into play with that figure, but our ad valorem dollars are increasing, and so the state aid has a complicated formula, but overall, with our ad valorem increasing, that is deducted from the district through our state aid funds. And so if we're growing in one area, we can't grow too much in both, and it's an equalization through the formula, and so we are picking up those dollars locally. The other thing that we're watching very closely in our state sources of revenue right now is with our FBA allocation. As of today, that has not been fully funded. It must be fully funded by the end of the fiscal year. That's legislatively driven, and so we are looking for a supplemental for that allocation to come in by the end of June, and that funds all of the employee health insurance and benefits. So we are watching that very closely as well. Building fund revenue, again, ad valorem is driving that, along with a little bit in FBA allocation. And child nutrition, local and federally, we're on track with where we were last year. Salaries and benefits are the main driver of general fund, and we're tracking a little bit ahead, but again, we have seen some increases in positions and some salary increases in those line items. And building fund, the main expense that came out of building fund this year was along with some insurance and other fixed costs. And overall, though, with building fund, we are doing well because of the flexibility that the legislature has given us with Red Bud funding and how districts are able to use those dollars. So one of the things that is extremely important to districts, because everything is pretty tightly controlled with coding and other purposes, is flexibility of funds. So while we're always open to additional funds from our legislature, flexibility is oftentimes just as important. So districts have the freedom to be able to apply those dollars in the way that it makes most sense for our district. And child nutrition, again, is tracking with where we were last year. As we start to wind down regular spending, fund balance is expected to decrease, again, to end fiscal year 25, but we're closing a lot of POs, trying to get final payrolls calculated for the end of the year, and so we'll be fine-tuning that number in the final quarter of the month of the year.
Thank you.
Bet. Next item, I'm seeking your approval for the resolution of setting the special board meeting date for May 6th for our next special board meeting for our bond sale of $9.6 million. Just as a reminder, that is a noon meeting, and so we conduct that while the markets are open and the district can receive bids.
I know I have that on my calendar.
I got it on mine.
Okay, awesome.
Any discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
My next item is seeking your approval for the approval of the preliminary official statement related to that bond issue. That is the document that goes out to all the potential bidders with a lot of district information and financial information about the bond sale.
Any discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
My final item tonight, I'm seeking your approval for the newly organized and sanctioned Broken Arrow Tiger Theater Speech and Debate Booster Club. So just appreciate so much the passion and the advocacy around this. Our parents support our students and want these programs to excel and honestly take it to another level. And so these two organizations are applying for sanctioning from the board tonight and will operate under their newly formed booster club. And so we're bringing this to the board tonight so they can go ahead and get started on some summer travel that is coming very quickly. And so you will see them again next fall as a renewal if approved tonight.
So the theater and speech and debate are combining?
Correct.
Any other
Are there currently multiple booster clubs for them, or?
It will be under one booster club, under one set of bylaws and
Okay.
tax ID, and they will basically have separate sub-accounts within that to keep those organizations separate. But the parent support and the resources will be shared kind of among both of those clubs.
Okay.
And this is done annually, so.
Oh, okay.
And again, the timing of this is a little different than the typical fall renewal process because we were wanting to get them sanctioned and approved so they can start operating and booking their travel. And the item also includes the transfer of reconciled funds to the organization should it be approved tonight.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. Mr. Leach.
Good evening, Mr. Cockrell, Mr. Perry, members of the board. The first item for you tonight, I recommend for your approval Amendment Number 2 to the Broken Arrow Options Academy interior renovation, resulting in a net decrease of $101,379.23. This is pursuant to Lowry Construction Services contract dated September 9th, 2024. So what this is funds that were unspent on a construction project that we're getting back
Unheard of.
from the contractor.
Get money back.
This is like the second time.
All right.
I recommend for your approval.
Any discussion?
No, I make a motion to approve.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Okay, we got a little back, now I'm gonna spend it.
Okay.
Recommend for your approval, proposal for the Broken Arrow Fine Arts renovation audiovisual system to DC Pro in the amount of $96,663.44. This will be paid for using 2023 bond funds.
Any discussion?
No, but we went and toured that the other day, and it's,
How'd you like it?
oh, it's quite a sight to see. So
Yes,
thank you
ma'am.
very much for that tour.
Of course.
But with that said, I make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
My next item, I recommend for your approval, the purchase of student and staff furniture for Rosewood Elementary, and this is for the addition that we're doing right now, from Kruger International, or KI, for a total of $218,793.19, and paid for with lease revenue bond funds. And the furniture is being purchased off the National Sourcewell contract.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Next item, recommend for your approval the purchase of student furniture for Highland Park Elementary, the addition we're doing right now, from Kruger International for the total of $260,237.74, and paid for with lease revenue bond funds, and is being purchased off the National Sourcewell contract.
Any discussion?
What is included in that furniture?
It's the student and staff furniture, so it's going to be student chairs, student desks, teacher desks, those sorts of things.
And will you explain to people what this National Sourcewell contract is?
So it's a purchasing contract that several vendors put their prices into, and we can select from them instead of having to go out to get competitive bids every time. It's a tool that enables us to buy these things a little bit easier and already getting the best prices.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
My next item, I recommend for your approval, a contract for the varsity football locker room refresh project to the lowest responsible bidder, Magnum Construction, in the amount of $151,200. All bidding was conducted pursuant to the Oklahoma Competitive Bidding Act, and this project will be paid for with bond funds.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Entertain a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
And while I do appreciate your time this evening, this is my last item, and I recommend for your approval the quote from Longhorn Locker Company for the new lockers to be installed in the varsity football locker room. The cost of the district is $149,175 and will be paid for with bond funds.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes. Mr. Moore?
Good evening. I'm going to try to buy some buses. I'm seeking your approval to purchase a special needs Type A lift bus from Holt Truck Sales in the amount of $118,776. This bus does meet the requirements for the state contracted price. The bus will be replacing one that we had in an accident last May, was totaled, and so it will be covered by the cost from the insurance payment and the remaining off the 2015 bond funds.
Any discussion?
What kind of fuel powers this?
This will be a gasoline bus. This is a smaller, Type A is the small buses.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Thank you. My next item is seeking your approval to purchase 10 used Type C route buses from Midwest Bus Sales. Total cost of $905,000. The cost is covered by 2015 bond funds. Once we receive these buses, they will end up getting air conditioning after we receive them. These buses are needed because of our increase in our boundaries and the time changes. We need these extra buses.
When you say used, can you tell us a little bit more about what that?
Yeah, they're 2023 buses that are coming off of lease, so they've been maintained by Midwest Bus Sales, so they have to pass all their inspections and things like that.
Does it come with any warranties?
Yeah, I believe it comes with a 1-year warranty.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
Call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, new business. We have none. Next item, executive session to discuss motion and vote on motion to approve or disapprove moving into executive session to discuss the evaluation of Mr. Chuck Perry, superintendent.
I make a motion to move to executive session.
I second.
Take a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.